Warning, there may be explicit language in today's episode. Viewer discretion is advised.
Just like rapid fire, you did not three-peat. And just like the Super Bowl, the Chiefs did not three-peat.
Listen. Before we even get into the details, I'm going to come out and say it now so I don't get hurt. Chiefs Nation, I am sorry for cursing the Chiefs. I'm sorry. Listen, I've been talking about the three-peat on this podcast for a year, and then I also tied in my own destiny, saying I was going to three-peat in rapid fire and the Chiefs were going to three-peat in the Super Bowl. I think I cursed the Chiefs, and Chiefs Nation, Chiefs Kingdom, I'm very sorry. Please don't hurt me.
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, we I don't know if you got a chance to check out the intro yet from the show that dropped at the time of this recording a couple hours ago. First of all, huge cluster. Dom was supposed to roll the other way or go the other way. The handoff was pretty much what it was supposed to be. Dom was basically supposed to turn a little bit, throw it to Spicy. And Spicy was in the right spot. He was in the right spot. Dom should have went the other way and not the way he went. And then spin move happened. And of course, we cut him off with let's fill in the blank. But so dumb. But yeah, I mean, I think the number one thing that I could say from this Super Bowl is that Kenny Pickett has more snaps in the Super Bowl than Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson combined.
That's so good.
Hey,
that's so good.
Anybody that wants to attack me, am I wrong?
Andy threw a pass. I mean, it was an incompletion, but he threw a pass.
What was he trying to? Okay, because you can understand. What was he trying? Was it just a ball trying to get out of his hands quick and it just didn't work?
So I'm thinking what happened was probably, they were up so big by the time. I mean, clearly, they put their backup in the Super Bowl. I think they were probably up so big at that point that Sirianni probably told him, he was like, hey, listen, if the throw's possible, then, obviously try and complete it, get the first down. But if it's not, if it's covered really well, just dirt it. We'll just take the turnover on downs. We're up so big. So I think that is, to me, what makes the most sense. And Sirianni probably just told him, hey, if it's there, throw it. If it's not, just put it in the dirt near him, and we'll just, keep doing what we're doing. So.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, but no, the whole okay, it's funny. So, and we'll get to the people that actually played and contributed in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The whole thing of oh, he didn't do anything, blah blah blah. Alex, let me ask you these questions. Who was the starting quarterback against the Cowboys the game they clinched the division?
Yeah.
Now, I could be wrong. I seriously could be wrong. It's just stuff I read, but I'm just going off of what I've read. Who's the quarterback that helps prep the defenses for each game?
True.
So the whole thing of he didn't contribute, get at it. Was he playing? No.
Every backup quarterback contributes.
Exactly. The backup quarterback position is probably one of the most important positions in the
NFL.
Yeah. So only saying that just because you didn't like the guy because of his performances in Pittsburgh or because he went to Pitt is so just stop. Seriously, just stop. Holy crap.
It's a dead narrative. It's just
the dude got to take a knee. First of all, if you really want to go that far, he technically is the one that got the last laugh because he got to take the knee in the Super Bowl for his childhood team, has a ring for his childhood team, and is on his childhood team. So technically, in reality, he has the last laugh. Is he a starter? No. But is he playing for his childhood team? Yes. I just seeing that, I'm just stop. Just stop. if you want to make fun of the Eagles, make fun of Jalen Hurts, which you shouldn't because he was the Super Bowl MVP.
Shout out to Jalen Hurts, Kenny Pickett, and Tanner McKee. That might be the might be after the way they all played this year and the spots they were all in, might be the best quarterback room in the league, honestly.
Dude, that's what I said. But then, of course, people are going to come watch this and be like, "Oh, he's just on it because he's a pick guy." Okay, guess what?
Now,
he has more rings than Dan Marino.
Now, if you want to say that other quarterback rooms are better because they have more elite starting quarterbacks than Jalen Hurts, and that matters, then okay, fair enough. But like deepest wise, just based on like when Kenny and Tanner had to play this year, probably in terms of depth, the best quarterback room in the league.
Listen. You should want two reliable backups in case your starter goes down, and the Eagles did, and they still will.
Yeah, I mean they had what happened. They had what no team wants to happen. Did Kenny get banged up in one of the games he had to play in?
I think he got hurt in the Commanders game, and then he got, just so he could play against the Cowboys, he got a shot in his ribs before the Cowboys game. Played well.
Yeah.
Even did the freaking tush push and took a couple of bad hits. Still, and then went into the locker room, got a standing ovation by the Philly crowd, by the way, and then got another shot, came back out to play, and then the Parsons hit was a little too much, where it was just like, okay, Kenny, it's okay. Come on. It's all right.
Yeah, but still, I mean, they had exactly what you don't want to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The starter got hurt, and then the backup got hurt, and the third string had to come in, and he played well when he played. So
he did. Both Kenny and Tanner played well. So, and they both have rings. So
anyway, it's not even a Kenny Pickett episode.
No, it's not. It's not. It should be a Jalen Hurts episode because hold on. And now anybody that's wanting me to say that he has more rings than TJ Watt, I don't want to get pissed off because I hate that one.
Me too.
That's a little too
you
far.
You texted me that at one point, and I was like, no, stop.
Even as a
stop.
Even as a joke, I'm like, yeah, that just sounds foul. Never mind. But all right, gonna get rid of these ads so I don't get possibly copyrighted. Son of a bitch. In MSG too. Damn, that's Trey's home. But yes, so as you see here, Patrick Mahomes, 21 for 32, 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. We'll get to dissecting this in a second. Mahomes was actually the lead rusher because they could not. The Chiefs could not get the run game going to save their life. Mahomes.
They didn't even try.
4 games, 25 yards, no touchdowns. Xavier Worthy had a great game. Got the ball 8 times, 157 yards.
Holy cow, did he really have that many yards? Wow.
Yep. Jalen Hurts, 17 for 22, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception, 2 sacks. Of course, the most important stat, Kenny Pickett, 0 for 1. Also for the Eagles, too, the lead rusher was Jalen Hurts, 11 carries, 72 yards and a touchdown. Saquon had 25 carries for 57 yards. Kind of a quiet game for at least Saquon standards.
Definitely.
But yeah.
He had 6 for 40 through the air as well, though.
Yeah, but Devontae Smith got the ball 4 times for 69 yards. Nice. For a touchdown. AJ Brown also got a touchdown. And the freaking Cooper DeJean interception was insane. But yeah, we were talking about this. This was by far, in terms of performances, the worst performing game in Patrick Mahomes' career. They just could not get anything going until the third quarter. Dropped balls. Just the Eagles' defense was also phenomenal too. Can't take that away. And then the one play I do want to mention too is the Mahomes' last touchdown in the game was such a FU throw. He was just like, screw it, just threw it. And it was a freaking missile.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but yeah. So I don't like this saying, and I know you're not going to like this saying. So I want you to dissect the saying that I'm going to tell you from what I've been reading online. Guys, the Chiefs did not get exposed. They had a bad night at the office, and the Eagles were just better.
Yeah,
that's it. The Eagles were clearly the way better team, but it was just a bad night at the office for the Chiefs. Travis Kelce had a pretty bad game. Though let me see.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, well, he got the ball 4 times, 39 yards. But it seems like he literally seems like he was just non-existent at all. But yeah. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it, Chiefs, man.
So, can't believe I'm saying this, especially with the circumstances, and we know how good Mahomes is in the playoffs. Probably first time in Pat's entire career that he truly looked rattled in a football game.
Yeah.
Like, first time I've ever truly seen him just completely out of his element. Now, if you want to say the first time was the Bucs Super Bowl, I would say fair enough, because his O-line got massacred in that game, very similarly to this game.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you want to say that, fair enough, but I would go to say this is probably the first time, because he was still making throws in that game that were impressive, and receivers were just dropping passes and stuff. I would say this is the first time in his whole career that he truly, genuinely looked completely rattled in a football game. And that's a big part of it. And I do think that the Eagles D-line, just by, I hate saying this word because of how much it's used nowadays, but by aura, the Chiefs just didn't even attempt to establish the run. And I noticed it early because they showed a graphic in the first quarter. It was like the Chiefs' second drive. They attempted like 5 or 6 passes to start the game before they ran a single run.
Take a look at the private story post I just posted.
Bet. But yeah, they didn't even try to establish the run against the Eagles D-line. And honestly, with the way they've performed this year and the issues they've had at certain O-line positions, I would say they're probably better as a unit at run blocking than pass blocking.
Yeah.
So, to me, I thought that was a bit of a crazy call on the coaching end, because it just truly seemed like they very early on just abandoned the run. And you can't do that. Even if you're not getting a lot of yardage and you're still in the same, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7 situations, you got to at least try. Because then you at least leave the possibility on the field that you're going to run the ball, and it takes at least a little bit away from the pass. But I mean, the Eagles didn't blitz a single time. They got 6 sacks. Their D-line just ate. Straight up ate all game. Pressured Mahomes constantly. And the only 2 playoff losses or 2 of the 3 playoff losses in Mahomes' career were games where his O-line just got completely massacred. And they were 2 Super Bowls. So for those of you Twitter keyboard warriors and casuals that say Mahomes is out of his prime, Mahomes isn't good anymore, he didn't deserve to be in the Super Bowl this year, you're straight up stupid. He's 29 years old. He's in, for a quarterback, the dead center of his prime right now. To say he's out of his prime, he's washed, he's not deserving of being in the Super Bowl, you're just a casual and you're lying to yourself because you want to hate on a team that wins a lot. It's that simple. There's nothing else to it. Just keep your takes. I mean, it's free country. You can say what you want, but just know the rest of us that even have the slightest knowledge of ball are going to think you are a complete and utter moron because you don't know ball and you don't know the way football works and you're just a casual. It's fine. You can be a casual. I'm a casual in golf. I don't know almost anything about golf. I like watching golf.
All you know is something Tiger Woods, something Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
Which that's who I was.
Yeah, exactly. something Jordan Spieth. There. That's the length of my golf knowledge right there. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
That's my golf knowledge. I like to watch golf, but I don't claim to know golf.
And we golf too.
Yeah. We golf.
Love me some Wii golf.
I'm a pro.
God, now I wanna go play Wii golf. I know Garrett's got a Wii. I know Garrett's got a Wii. Shout out Garrett Hole. And Lando and all the boys over there. But Yeah. So actually, Alex, I actually thought of this on the spot, and I wanted to get to this actually right now because it seems like we pretty much talked the Super Bowl enough. So I'm gonna do what I did for the show tonight. Well, that aired tonight. What I did in the studio with the boys, and that is I'm gonna name drop some free agents, and I want you to tell me where you think they're gonna go on the spot.
Oh, okay.
So we'll give you that. We'll give you the liberty of doing that too. Which, by the way, anybody that thinks that because obviously Kellen Moore is now the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. From what I know, don't rule out the Saints trading for one of the Eagles' backup quarterbacks, and it could be Kenny. So, but it also could be Tanner because Tanner made a pretty good case for himself too. So yeah. So let's just say that Kenny and Tanner will have a chance of being a starter again in the NFL eventually. Now, what they do with that chance, it's up to them. So, all right, free agents, starting with quarterbacks. Good old Sammy Darnold.
Yeah, because we're assuming, that the Vikings are obviously going to give,
JJ.
I almost said Justin Jefferson, JJ McCarthy a shot,
Yeah.
as they should.
Draft first round.
Yeah, ooh, there's some spicy ones in there. I'm going to say the Raiders.
So
Similar type of system, run the ball,
Yeah. So for this next one, I actually said the Raiders, and that is Russell Wilson.
Interesting. Yeah, so that's another.
I just don't think he's coming. I really seriously just don't think he's coming back to Pittsburgh. From what I've seen and what I know, I just don't think it's possible because I know Mike Tomlin is probably pushing it for it to happen. So, not reporting anything, saying that Tomlin and Russ. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm going to say, based on what I've heard from this organization, I'm going to go with the New York Jets.
Interesting.
They don't really seem to have any interest in bringing back Rodgers, and I get it. You're just bringing another old quarterback and all that, but
yeah, how about you know what? How about that? How about that? Aaron Rodgers.
They're not really bad enough to draft a quarterback this year unless they do some crazy trade up. So, stopgap. I'm going to say Russ. Yeah.
What do you think? Where do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to go?
I think Rodgers might just retire.
Probably. Now the guy that I think is going to come back to Pittsburgh, Justin Fields.
Me too.
You have to. You have to. What other choice do you have? Yeah, Russell Wilson, but it's either to me it seems like it's just Justin Fields or draft a quarterback.
Yeah, what do you draft Quinn Ewers at 20?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, Joe freaking Flacco.
Black Goat.
Oh man.
Ooh, here's a good one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Obviously he's going to stay a backup. He's not going to start anywhere. I'm going to say, because it just makes sense to me, because he was never a super big, strong arm kind of guy. Was more of an accurate passer. Or at least that was more of his style, I should say. Wasn't a big slinger or anything like that. I'm going to say that Sean Payton wants a good mentor for Bo Nix to continue his development.
Okay. There we go. I don't know why I said who. I thought you were talking about somebody else. And I thought you were skipping over Joe Flacco. All right. Next. Zach Wilson.
Oh, Christ.
The backup to Trevor Harris for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. The third string quarterback for Chad Kelly and Nick Arbuckle on the Toronto Argonauts.
Yeah, speaking of third strings, I actually think he's still a Bronco, right?
He's on the list.
Yeah, I think they probably just keep him around.
Yeah. All right, two more quarterbacks. First, Mason Rudolph.
I don't see how Tennessee doesn't throw him some cash to stay there. He's proven to be a quality backup and spot starter, especially if they don't draft a quarterback this year and they want to keep him because I have no idea what they're going to do with Will Levis. So I think Mason probably stays a Titan.
You see that. You see that. And then finally, because it was a popular topic in media for the Super Bowl, so I got to mention his name. The guy that gives out phenomenal pregame and postgame speeches, the one and only Jameis Winston.
He's got to stay a Brown. I mean, come on. He'll probably start for them this year.
I hope. Love me some Jameis Winston.
Make it Jameis time full time in Cleveland. Come on.
All right, we're gonna do a little rapid fire ski here, because we hit 20. Aaron Jones.
Oh, he's got to stay. I think he's got to stay a Viking. He works on their system really well.
Yeah. Interesting one that I didn't know was on this list. Jaylen Warren.
Najee's probably not staying. He's got to. I hate to be boring with these and say they're staying where they are, but he's got to be a Steeler still.
Yeah. Speaking of the devil, Najee Harris.
I don't know what it is, man, but I see Pete Carroll, Raiders.
Yeah,
I think it makes a lot of sense actually.
He could follow Russ too.
Yeah.
Thing. All right, Nick Chubb.
Oh. He's been a Brown his whole life, and they don't really have much in that room.
No, they don't.
Yeah, he's got to stay.
Yeah, for sure. T. Higgins.
Oh, this is a big one. Ooh, T. Higgins. What kind of system does he fit really well? You know what? It will be a huge splash. It will be crazy. But Josh Allen's never had a true jump ball receiver before. Diggs was more of a route runner. Keon Coleman's more of a route runner. Same with Khalil Shakir. He functions out of the slot really well. I think the Bills, after getting to the AFC Championship again this year, and to some people's argument, should have won the AFC this year because the Chiefs, whatever, did something they didn't actually do. Sounds like someone else I know, Scotty Scheffler.
Oh, good Lord.
But yeah, I mean, he's going to be a hot commodity for a contender.
Yeah, for sure. Chris Godwin.
Ooh, interesting. You know what? He's older. He's not going to be worth the money that he was with last time Tampa paid him. I don't know how much sense it makes in terms of scheme. But give me Chris Godwin as a Pittsburgh Steeler.
They need a wide receiver bad, so
And he would be a good option.
They need it. So, all right. Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I'll probably stay in that Texans receiver room.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
really
trying-
good when they're healthy, and he's really good as a mentor there. I say he probably stays.
I'm trying to skim through to get some good ones. Matt Judon.
Ooh. Where even is he right now? Is he still a Patriot?
He maybe.
He just feels like a Patriot, man. I can't see him anywhere else.
Yeah. Josh Sweat.
That's a big one. Oh. Do the Eagles want to? I mean, obviously, every team that wins the Super Bowl wants to run it back.
Yeah.
That front seven, though, is stacked. Oh, who needs an edge rusher? Give me Josh Sweat to the Packers.
Interesting. All right. Next, Khalil Mack.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I mean he just was doing the whole retirement debacle. They don't have a ton of talent in LA on the edge. Joey Bosa's health is always in question. I think they keep him there.
Yeah. Drake Greenlaw.
Dre. Give me Dre as a New York Jet. He feels like he could be a Jet.
All right. And then last one, Chavarius Ward.
Struggling Titan secondary. Give me him in Tennessee.
Okay, interesting. But it's all the free agents I got. Okay. Two things. Number one, pitchers and catchers have officially reported to Bradenton for spring training. Son of a bitch.
God damn it.
The same thing with that number one. The Pirates have officially. I can't believe they listened. Alex, they listened. They finally listened to us. They got their right fielder. Who is their right fielder? Brian Reynolds. So now we don't have a left fielder.
True Pirate move.
Apparently it's going to be Tommy Pham. He's going to platoon. No. Kozminski will platoon with him, which means they probably view him as a backup as of right now. Which, guess what? He's not even a backup. He's a freaking not on a major league squad. That's what he is.
Real AAA champ,
You have possibly the best rotation you've ever had. And this is the offense that you have given us for the next season during free agency. There was a lot of bats you could have gotten that could have helped the Pirates in 2025. And you didn't get any of them. You got Tommy Pham. So stupid. And two, I'm reiterating once again, Pitt's not making the freaking tournament. Oh my God, what happened? It's like we got hit by a freaking bus.
Literally, like actually.
I'm pulling this up. By the way, Sunday, Ryan Ladovich interview, spotlight, blah, 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 blah.
Money in the bank.
God, I hate ESPN.
Chiefs lose, buddies in shambles.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Okay. So, I'm going to go through. This fall off started January 7th against Duke when they got their asses handed to them. Then they lost the next 3. Then they won the next 2. Then they lost the next 4. So, as of right now, they are 14-10.
That's those winning and losing streaks are awful Pittsburgh Penguins-esque, if you ask me.
And so they're what did I say the record was? 14-10. They have Miami, Syracuse, Notre Dame, Georgia Tech, Louisville, NC State, Boston College. Pull your head out of your ass.
Ooh.
That's manageable. Now, I'm going to take a look at last year when they did not make the tournament.
They'd be in a very, very similar spot.
They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, no, I just got my eyes. Hold on, let me recount. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 losses. You have to stop this losing streak right now. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Pitt still has a chance to make the tournament. I don't know how, and they shouldn't, but they still have a chance. Good Lord, I can't. I freaking can't, dude.
SMU's 20.
But all right, so we literally just hit the 50 mark. So go ahead, I got nothing else to say. Go ahead and send it.
Oh. Wait, I need a good piece of paper to throw.
Subscribe, all that fun stuff.
You know what?
We're at like 176 subs now.
Hell yeah, I'm not crumbling this up, but good night, America.